What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Good morning. Hello. Happy day. Wow, your girl probably hasn't shaved her armpits in a while. But you know what? It is a beautiful day. I wanted to do something fun today. I want to do a little switcher up from the vlogs because, you know, a lot of people are like, Savannah, who the heck are you? Q&As only go so far. So I figured, why not do 25 random facts about me while we have a cup of coffee. I'm not a wife yet, but hey, about to be. So I figured this would be something fun and different, and we can just kind of chat and get to know each other. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's get started. So first off, I'm wearing the new Powerdown collection from Gymshark. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh yeah, also my forehead is super shiny. I'm not sure why, but we're gonna go with it. I'm not mad, you guys know I'm not scared. But I did want to show you a little review for the Powerdown collection that is launching for Gymshark. I'm sitting all cozy in it. I've been wearing it, lounging around all day, every day at home. They have the comfiest biker shorts, comfiest leggings, cute little throw-on long sleeves, and you guys, we're gonna also dive into that. So before I really start in on these 25 random facts, and you know, I just wanted to give you a little haul because you know when the launch is for this new Powerdown collection? June 24th, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Holla, holla. So, okay, before we really sit down and chat and have a cup of coffee, let me go over this collection real quick. Feel free to comment down below if you have any questions. Try my best to answer. I am wearing the Powerdown bralette with the Powerdown shorts. These are a cycling short kind of vibe, but the fabric is super soft. It's also seamless, so it's really created for recovery, relaxation. It's also seamless with a ton of different detail. Next up, I have another Powerdown bralette and then the Powerdown leggings. These are also seamless with kind of a rib detail, and they fit high-waisted, cozy. It really just kind of hugs you. Next up, I have the Powerdown crop top. So there's a couple different ways to wear it. You can either tie it in the back, or what I did was kind of wrap it around my body and tie it. This material is a bit more sheer and lightweight, so just keep in mind that you don't necessarily want to go out in the Arctic in this. It's not going to warm you up, but these are really cozy to wear at home, and I think it's really flattering in the front. Just kind of accentuates your waist and your bust. Next up, I have the Powerdown tank. So this is super loose fit, and it's also cropped a bit, so it's not necessarily a crop top, but it's not going to be a fully full-length tank. You can also tie the sides of the detail to kind of create it more fitted, so I have a couple ways that I tie it, but these are super easy to wear around, lounge in. You can throw jeans on, wear them in leggings. I'm always here for a full-length tank top when I'm just hanging out for a rest day. My measurements are also a extra small in all bottoms and this small in all tops. I'm about 5'5" and between 125 to 130 pounds. Oh hey, we're back from that haul. So I compiled a bunch of random facts that I thought would be kind of interesting. And you really think about this and you're like, what do you guys not already know about me? And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get down to it. So first things first, your girl is left-handed. Not a lot of lefties out there, am I right or am I right? It's a rarity. I heard we live longer. Second, my full name is Savannah Lee Wright. Lee is named after my great-grandfather, and it is actually passed down in generations. So my mom's name is Sharon Lee. Therefore, my name is Savannah Lee. And if Michael and I ever have a girl, that middle name's gonna be Lee, whether he likes it or not. I mean, it's pretty catchy though, but growing up, whenever I got in trouble, I always knew it because my dad would go, Savannah Lee? And I was like, he just used my full name. Anybody else have that with their middle name? Like that's the only time they address you with your middle name is when you're in trouble? 3, I've always been obsessed with mermaids. It's been a weird thing. I couldn't tell you why, but ever since I was young, I remember being obsessed with mermaids. Little Mermaid's my favorite, aquamarine. I used to literally rent out history books about mermaids when I was a kid at the library. I know a lot of mythical questions in this, okay? They do exist. 4, I thought this was kind of random and weird. We had a dog growing up named JJ, golden retriever, lovely gal. Then we got another dog growing up and we named her Dee Dee. The name was after my aunt, but kind of how funny and how random that growing up, my 2 animals was 2 letters. JJ, Dee Dee. Kind of funny, kind of random. Next up, I am an introverted extrovert. I feel like a lot of people think if you're a YouTuber or an influencer, you've got to be extroverted. And to be honest, I'm kind of shy when you first like approach me. I'm like bad at approaching people first because I'm just naturally a shy human. I like to recuperate by being alone. I love my alone time. I'm a lot more chill as an introvert. I was very introverted growing up. And then as I got older, I got a little extroverted. So once you get to know me, I'm crazy, I'm wild, but not a lot of people know that. I'm an introverted extrovert. Holla. But I mean, like if I ever meet you or like if I'm at a meet and greet or something, like of course I'm crazy because I feel like those are my people and those are my friends and I'm already comfortable with it. Next up, I used to feel very insecure growing up that I did not know how to put makeup on. Now I don't mind it. You guys, I'm like, hey, I'm shiny, like I don't want to wear makeup, that's it, I'm comfortable with it. But growing up, I only had a brother and my mom really wanted me to stay natural for a long time and I think I just never asked her how to put makeup on, and I used to get made fun of by my cousins because I wasn't girly enough, because I didn't know how to put makeup on. And now I say natural is beauty, and if anything, I look back and I'm like, why did they have to put makeup on when we were a kid? Like natural is beautiful. So I just thought that was kind of like a random thing, you know, in my life. Like I used to be very embarrassed that I didn't know how to wear makeup. Coffee pause? Next up is I actually grew up as a lake baby and now I'm a beach baby. So my family actually had a lake house. If you guys are from Washington, Loon Lake in Spokane. It was my favorite place growing up and I learned how to swim there. By learning, I mean we swam in the shallow end and I was scared crawdads were gonna bite me. So my mother taught me how to swim and I was a lake baby. Next one is I gained a lot of weight my senior year in high school because I actually quit club volleyball and worked at Starbucks. Like I would do the closing shift, so I was constantly taking home scones and goodies to my friends and family and myself. And I probably gained a solid 10 to 15 pounds before I went to college because of that. It also probably didn't help that I like sugary coffee and I could have as much sugary coffee as I wanted per shift. That leads me to the next one. You guys already know this. I'm a coffee addict and I know about it. I'm well aware. I will get coffee with you any day, anytime, anywhere. I will never say no to coffee. All right, this next one is a little deep. It's a little heavy. Don't want you to get sad, okay? But when I was actually 9 years old, my house burned down because of a firework. And my room was the only one that was fully tarnished. Deep stuff, heavy stuff. I know, hope I didn't come at you too soon, but it's okay because this leads me to the next fact. Because of it, I do not have a lot of materialistic views. I don't really value anything with materials. It's more of experiences because I lost all my materials. I lost everything in that room and had to start over, and I just really realized how unimportant materials can be. And because of this frightening thing that I went through a lot of grief counseling. And because of that, I think that is why I'm so happy. A lot of people have always asked me that, and I just feel like I had a weird childhood growing up and it has made me who I am today, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And now I want to be more positive and want to look on the positive side because I am so thankful for what I went through, so thankful for what I have now. And I think that's a big thing that molded my life and like made me who I am today. The next one is an LOL moment. The next one is like a sorry babe. So when Michael and I first started dating, he asked me out on a couple dates. We had a great time, went on our little ice cream social date. And then we didn't talk for 3 months because I was trying to figure things out with an ex-boyfriend who it was never gonna work out. Let's be real, ladies. I don't know why we did that. But we didn't talk for 3 months because I told him, hey, I didn't know what to do. And Michael said, no worries, we can be friends. And for 3 months, I wasted time. Then luckily, he tried again. He was persistent. He reached back out to me. He was like, clearly, it didn't work out. I think that's kind of funny because not a lot of people know that about us. Like it wasn't all smooth sailing from the beginning. Next one is an odd one. I've never had a nice cat. I've had family cats. They've always been super mean and evil and demonic to me. So I don't know what a nice cat is really like. And so cats scare me, which I'm sure there's lovely cats. My friend Colleen has a wonderful cat, but I just, first instinct, I think it just wants to bite me. Which leads me to another pet I had. I was that girl that had a pet rat. Yep, pet rat. I bought him from a pet store for Christmas. Like, it was a civilized rat, okay? She was black and white and her name was Oreo because of the cookies Oreo, but I was so young, I didn't know how to spell Oreo, so I spelled it O-R-E-O-W. Nobody wanted to correct me until I got older and realized that's not how you spell Oreo. Nobody told me for years that's not how you spell Oreo. So, one there. she was a wonderful pet. Which leads me into my next one. I was a Girl Scout for a very long time. I think I was a Girl Scout until like the beginning of high school, but it was because I loved Girl Scout camp. And this touches on Oreo because my little leader name was Oreo. And I would spell it with a W just to LOL. And everyone was like, why is it spelled that way? And I'm like, you don't need to know. You don't need to know. As I like camps, this leads me into my next. I was a big tomboy growing up. I love the wilderness. My dad would take me fishing, and I've just always been more of a tomboy kind of girl. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten more girly. I think I've gotten more comfortable with my feminine side, and that is how I've become a bit more girly. But it's just kind of funny because I was just such a tomboy growing up. Speaking of growing up, Taylor Swift and Hilary Duff were my all-time favorite idol. I went to my first concert with Hilary Duff and Taylor Swift. I was just a weirdo about her. I still am. I love that woman. She's amazing and she sings wonderful songs. Any breakup in high school, Taylor's got you. Any breakup in college, Taylor's got you. Which leads me to another childhood actress that I loved, who is my spirit animal, Amanda Bynes. I love anything with Amanda Bynes. I think she's so funny. The Amanda show. Yes, loved her. This is like pre-crazy, post-crazy, not so much. But growing up, I thought she was the funniest human in the world. I loved comedy, and I loved her little comedy skits. So now Michael and I kind of joke that she was my spirit animal and that I have weird mannerisms like her because I watched her so much growing up. And Michael's is Jim Carrey. He's so good at an impression of Jim Carrey. I don't know why, but he loves him so much. The amount of times that man has made me watch Yes Man because of Jim Carrey is unreal. Next up, I really moved to California because I didn't like my life in Washington. I wanted a fresh start. I wanted something new. I wanted to not know anyone. I just wanted to become a completely different person. And that is really why Michael and I moved to California. I absolutely love Cali, but that was the biggest appeal to me leaving everything that I knew was I knew I could still have relationships with my friends and family that I wanted, but I could truly be whoever I wanted to be in California. And look, we're here. We're here. Which brings me to my next one. I have a wonderful relationship with both my parents and I absolutely love them to death. My parents actually divorced when I was around 9, and you know what? I like them better separate. I just love both sets of my family. I've got my mom, I got my dad and my stepmom, and I like it better. I think that they are better apart, and not a lot of people admit that with divorced parents. And I'm so lucky that I have parents that were willing to be very civil and friendly so their kids could all get along. Not a lot of divorced kids can say that their parents are friendly and that they'll stay in the same room as each other, but that leads me to the next one. I grew up with my mom and dad living only 2 streets away from each other. Like from where my dad's neighborhood was, my mom was a 2-minute drive. I would drive over back and forth so many times a day, so many times a week, and I just grew up having 2 different houses and it worked perfectly. Next up is a weird one. I am not a picky eater at all. I could eat whatever you want, but pineapples and coconut. I don't know why I said it that way. Those are my enemies, my arch nemesis. I loathe them. When anyone asks me to try pineapple, I clam up because I'm like, I don't know what it is. Those are the 2 things I do not like in life. Next one. I wanted to be a veterinarian when I was growing up, and I actually signed to go to Washington State University with the intention of being a veterinarian, and then I realized how hard it would be. And I said, nah, I'll do design instead. But I love animals so much and I always grew up wanting to be a veterinarian. Last but not least, I didn't know really what my dream job was going to be out of college. I had no idea until I found this. And I now have my dream job. And how crazy, because a lot of people ask me, how do you know what you want to do with your life? And I was like, that's a great question, I don't know. And I finally discovered it, and I love it. And that is my 25 facts. I hope it didn't bore you, I hope you liked it. Let me know if you like more of this style. It's kind of nice just sitting down and chatting with you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.